Time to look at the unborn child and recognize it is really a young human. Senator Sam Brownback, who replaced Bob Dole, Gilman, won every country music award in 2001, then had to stop singing. We'll tell you why. He's really an extraordinary young man. Stay with us. We're back with Billy and more after the news. I'm Cal Thomas, and happy Father's Day. First up tonight, Republican Senator Sam Brownback is thinking about the Oval Office in 2008. Country music sensation Billy Gilman had to give it all up for 2 years when his voice changed. He's back now, touring, and he sings for us. But first, column one. All up, but now he's back on stage, and he's with us, and he sings for us right here when we come back. You've been on Oprah? Yes, I have. Twice. Billy's first album, One Voice, went platinum in just 12 weeks, but early fame is not always a blessing, and Billy was forced into vocal retirement and ordered to have complete voice rest. He's back now, just a little bit older, but still not legal. He stopped by recently, and I started by asking him about the song he's going to close our show with tonight, called Everything and More, written by, believe it or not, Senator Orrin Hatch.
Well, it was, some of the songs that were on the demo tape for me to possibly record for this new record, and that song was written by him and a couple other writers, including my producer, Sandy Linzer. So, and when I read that, it was like amazing, it's really neat to see him write such beautiful music too,
Well, now, what does he think, writing a song for a guy like you and seeing it performed? Have you talked to him about it?
Well, from what I've heard, he's elated. He anything he wants, he said anything I can do to help. He was very happy that we recorded it.
Now, why did you take some time off? I guess you went through puberty and the voice changed. Was that the problem?
Oh, yes. People say, well, what happened? Did you damage your vocal cords? No, I didn't. Mother Nature, wasn't very kind for 2.5 years. And we had to call it quits for 2.5 years. The voice doctor in Nashville said, yeah, we can hear it, we can see it. We advise you not to sing and speak.
You're 17 years old, you got a voice doctor, you got an agent and everything else. Is all this success going to kill you? What are you doing to keep balance in your life?
Well, my parents are great because they're not my managers. You hear so many kids are their parents are their managers or whatever. My parents are my parents. They want to know I'm doing all right. But other than that, they step away, and it's really great. I travel with people that have been with me from the very start, so they're family. So they're not nervous, but they want to know that I'm doing all right and that I'm healthy.
Well, you sing about country things, but most country music is about love lost and dogs and pickup trucks. What kind of life experience do you have coming from Rhode Island to identify with those things?
Well, country is very big in Rhode Island. You wouldn't think it, but it's true. But I just loved it. It was in my blood, singing in country music. I grew up listening to it. My grandparents, that's what was around the house, country music. Patsy Cline, George Strait, Eddie Arnold. So it was very affluent in my life, and so that's what I grew up listening to and eventually sang on records.
I don't need to tell you that a lot of people who have started out very young, some have done well, but some have not. They've messed up their lives with drugs and bad relationships and reading their own press notices and thinking they're really bigger than they really are. What are you doing to kind of avoid that trap?
Well, it's really something because the business can overrun your life, and you can get to that point. But I've got good people around me. My parents, when I'm on the road, it's Billy Gilman. You do this interview and sing this song, and here we go. Limos and what have you, but when I'm home, it's make your bed, do your homework, some of them I don't do, but
I'm sure they don't give you an allowance. You may give them an allowance now.
Well, it's vice versa still.
LeAnn Rimes, Reba McEntire, a number of other people started out very young in this business. Are any of them your role models? Do you know any of them? Have you talked to any of them?
Absolutely. I know Reba very well. I know LeAnn very well. They're great people, because they've had good backgrounds. They came from a wholesome family. I think the good background is the key.
So what do they tell you? What do they tell you?
Just have fun, hang on, and that's what I have learned, and it's funny seeing some kids come onto the music scene, and they look up to me now. It's funny that I looked up to LeAnn and Rimes and Reba and, George Strait, and to see people looking up to me now, it's funny that how it starts, it's very humbling.
Now you're in high school, you're 11th grade, you told me.
Yes.
Just turned 17 years old.
Yes.
Now you got any jealous classmates, or what do they say to you? Seen you on TV, you got a hit record?
Well, there's always a few in each bunch, you know what I mean? But for the most part, everyone's great. Everyone's really supportive.
Do you do any school shows or anything? Do you perform for your fellow classmates?
No, actually, they've never asked.
They haven't asked.
So, but who knows? Maybe sometime. I did sing in school choir a lot. You know, that was the main part. School choir and solos and everything. So, school and singing-esque was big in my life at that time.
Well, Billie, I hope you'll come back. You're a terrific talent. Don't let it go to your head now and stay balanced, okay?
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. It was
Delighted
fun.
to have you. Appreciate it. We're going to adopt him. When we come back, the song Everything and More, sung by Billy Gilman, and we'll be right back. And More, written by Senator Orrin Hatch. But before that, I want to thank my guest tonight, Senator Sam Brownback, and of course, Billy Gilman. If you'd like to contact us, you can email us at afterhours@foxnews.com. Hope you all have a happy Father's Day, and you kids give your father something, okay? Now here's Billy Gilman. Good night from New York.
You never looked more beautiful than you look tonight. In your eyes I see all I can be, and how you changed my life. You held on when I let go. Now all I want is to let you know your love is like a river that runs through my heart and soul. It's deep when I'm thirsty and warm when I'm cold. And when I feel forgotten, I come running to your shore and find peace of mind time after time. You give me everything and more. When tomorrow comes, I can face the morning in a different light. You can change your mind 1,000 times. Nothing will ever change mine, 'cause your love is like a river that runs through my heart and soul. It's deep when I'm thirsty and warm when I'm cold. And when I feel forgotten, I come running to your shore and find peace of mind time after time. You give me everything you want. The sun will rise and the light will shine. Oh, everything will be alright. Oh, yes it will. 'Cause your love is like a river that runs through my heart and soul. Oh, it's deep when I'm thirsty and warm when I'm cold. And when I feel forgotten, I come running to your shore and find peace of mind time after time.